Hello, everyone. This is Enzo Eigen, the Alliance for Loki. And we just got the information about the Grand Banquet. It's on the MCOC website, and I'm here to review it. I'm going to review it from my perspective, which, of course, is a big spender and endgame player. So of course, it might not, what I think might not apply as much to you in your position, but c'est la vie. So here we go. So the Grand Banquet, we have three types of crystals. We got the Banquet, we got the Greater, and this year we have the Superior. And so I'm guessing the Superior costs the same as the Banquet, 300 units. It just is available to those who are, I think, Thronebreaker or better. So that's super nice. In it are lots of things, and let's go over those. So, of course, there's signature stones, both +5 generic and 2, and then also class-specific ones that you get +5 on. It's still very good resources. Even though I have a fair number at Sig 200 and high Sig, still plenty of champions I'd love to dump Sig stones in. The Sig stone floodgate has really opened up, which has gained so many more. And of course, then we're opening more and more crystals. I'm opening more and more crystals. So of course, getting lots of dupes, but also helps the Sig as well. It's one of these resources where I feel like it's still valuable, but it's quickly losing its allure. And maybe in a year or two, like again, it'll be so frequent, sort of like the way it is for 6 stars or 5 stars now, that we won't really be that excited to see it in these crystals. But this year, I would say I'm still excited. 7-star hero shards, lots of great champions add to the basic pool, and the pool is huge, so you need to be opening up lots. Everything from a fully formed to 10% and lots in between. Titan shards, we have 5%, 10%, and a fully formed. Titan shard is very good. I mean, the Titan crystal is very good. Some really nice champions in there. Lots of big openings. And then we have the Glorious Guardian's box key, which I assume is a selector for a Glorious Guardian. And I can't remember exactly who was in it. There's like Moondragon, Adam, I think. There's like 6 champions, and they're all really good, though I'm not quite sure what it is. And same for the next one, the 7-star limited edition selector. I have no idea what that is. It could be one of those limited edition ones that we've had, like the Glorious Games one, or can't remember the one before that or the one after that. So that's my guess. Nexus 7-star hero, always good to get a Nexus. I mean, the basic pool is so big that even with a Nexus, still pretty low chance to go get a champion you're targeting for, but better, 3 times better. And then 7-star Awakening Gems. So we're starting to get the 7-star Awakening Gems added into the game, more and more frequent. For me, they're sort of fair. I mean, it turns out I actually don't need to awaken too many champions. Like I have 2 science and 1 tech now, and sort of don't have anyone to use them on. And so yeah, it's if you're opening a lot of crystals, as I think the crystal opening far exceeds the champion creation. That is, yeah, it doesn't really seem to be that big a resource, but still good to have. I'd love to have a few like Cosmic or Mutant or Mystic. I have uses for those. Then we have Tier 5 Class Catalyst. I mean, it's not bad, just because I would say I do run out of it on occasion, but it's easy to get. And so that's sort of like, yeah, it's okay. Then Tier 3 Alpha, Tier 6 Basic, fine, still need those, still a good thing to have, same with Tier 6 Class Catalyst. Then of course the big one's Tier 4 Alpha, and so you get 10% of one. I mean, that's always good, or you can get 20%, or you can get a fully formed. I mean, again, I think I'm up to like 50 some rank 3s, and so, of course I still want to rank 3 champions. Not nearly as a scarce a resource as it has been in the past, and just seeing it more and more. But then the big one, Tier 7 Basic, 630. I assume it's 63,000. So Tier 6 is 57,000. They usually scale up a little each time, so that's 1%, which is not too much. And it's 1% of 1, and you have to have 3 to rank 4 champions. So yeah, I mean, unless the percentage drop rate is pretty large, it's going to be really hard to get much of significance. And that's sort of the way it's been with this resource. It's the same with Tier 4 Alpha, I think, last year, where it's just like an incredibly small amount. Super cool. The 7-star champion selector. I hope it's Vision, original Vision. Would love to get him. Thanos and Kang, I feel like, are just trophy champions, so not quite that excited on them, though. I hear J. Will loves Kang, so maybe not for everyone. And then 7-star Jessica Jones. She would be awesome. She is a really cool champion and still is a defender I fear a lot. And yeah, I think would be an incredible addition to the 7-star pool. Those two are super rare. I mean, I finished like 316th last year, and I don't think, I'm sure I never got one of the 7-star champions. And so these are very rare drops. Gold, of course, I used to add to my own near infinite supply. Now the next thing is the solo events. So the solo events are very cool because of course you get milestones just from opening crystals, and they're pretty good milestones. It's very much skewed towards people who are buying their superior crystals. And so I assume buying one means that you're using units to get one, which, yeah, I don't know what the difference between buying and opening. Well, obviously opening is opening. So I guess the hard thing is I don't understand quite why they would have these two things. Because if you buy it, of course, you're going to open it. So I'm going on the assumption that you get 400 points for basically opening well, I guess there's a few you don't buy, like the 2 you get for some of these milestones. Again, the milestone ones are sort of ridiculous because you really don't get that much. But let's say 400 for getting them. And so this means that for all those who have hoarded their units, now they can get these great milestones plus whatever you get out of the crystals without having to spend anything. So these are for people who've grinded for the units, which I see a lot of people doing, a lot of people saved up. Usually the magic number seems to be about 20k, and we can see where that lands. So if you open up one crystal, you get some units, 2, some more units, and then it keeps on going. Like, the only thing I find is weird is like you get 1 superior banquet crystal. I mean, I feel like last year in the milestones you could get like 10 or even 20. Like getting 1 seems like pretty, yeah, just weak. I think is the best way to point it. You should be getting like 10 just to make it more interesting. Then you get another 10. So for 3,360, and let's go to Mr. Calculator quick, divide that by 4. Probably should do that in my head, but what is that, 9? A little less than 9. Divide by 4. Whoops, that's not 4. 400 is 8.4. So if you open up, wrong place. If you open up 9 crystals, you will get your Deathless She-Hulk piece. And 9 crystals, that's 2,700 units. So for 2,700 units, which hopefully everyone has saved that much at least, and that's not too bad, you will get your last piece of She-Hulk Deathless and have her, which is great. Then, of course, we go up here, nice things, nothing too extraordinary, like the Awakening Gem is nice, 10%, some shards, 1 tier 4 alpha at 10,000, and so 10,000 means, we'll do some more division, 10,800, that's what's going on, we want a new calculation, okay, 10,800 divided by 400, so 27, so if you've open up 27 crystals, you will get whatever we're looking at. I totally forgot the calculation. Oh, you get, what was I looking at? Tier 4 alpha? No, tier 4 alpha. You get 1 tier 4 alpha, which is good. Allows you to rank 3 champion. 7-star shards are great. More awakening gems, so it's 20%. 1 to 2, fine. I feel like that could have been a 2 to 3. Tier 4 alpha, you get 2 of them, and then the grand prize, 20,088. Such a weird number, 88. Maybe it's just to make you buy 1 more. So 20,088 divided by 400 is 50. So you have to open up 50 crystals, or actually really 51 to get it. And if we do 51 times 300, so 15,300 to get the top milestones in the solo milestones. I feel like that's really good. I feel like most people I've talked to have targeted 20k, and I wouldn't say these are extraordinary. I would say the best thing are the 3 tier 4 alpha. I guess that's essentially the rank 2 to 3. Getting the Glorious Guardian box key is good, and everything else in this is okay. So I sort of think these are fair. They're not amazing things, unless this Glorious Guardian's box key is amazing, which gives you access to any of the Glorious Guardians champions. If I keep having to say that, my tongue is going to fall out. Which is a pretty nice pool of champions, if I remember right. I think, is that who is who is the feature now. Let's go see. I can't remember if there's a tag for Glorious Guardians or not. They've added some nice tags lately. So add tags. Let's see. Challenge, Saga. I don't know if this is the right tag or not. I don't know if these are the Glorious Guardians. I feel like they aren't. But anyway, if you get to choose one of these, amazing. And I can only assume that's what that box key means. And so for the Alliance, again, reasonable rewards, 7-star shards, the usual. You get like one Superior Banquet Crystal once. Is that the only one you get? Just one? Oh, no, you get another one later on. Really should be 10 and 10. Some nice crystal shards. Again, Primal Order Dust is always good. Various good resources, and it comes out to be 148,000 that your Alliance has to spend in order to get this. So what does that mean? So 148,000 divided by the 38 people. Wait a second. Okay, 148,000 divided by the 30 people in your Alliance is roughly 5,000 per person. And if we divide that by 400, that means each person is opening up roughly 13. If we do 13 times 300, that means you have to have everyone spend about 4,000 units to get these crystals, to get the top Alliance rewards, which again, hopefully is a reasonable amount for most Alliances. I think people know this event and been saving and targeting it. So hopefully everyone in your Alliance has at least 4,000 units and is committed to using it. And again, you get that Glorious Guardians box key and a lot of nice, good reasonable rewards. And we tie those two with the solo events. I mean, those are great rewards. And so, I think there's some good rewards for the Banquet and both a solo and Alliance event that are very much worth it. Plus everything you get from the crystal, which again, we'll have to see the drop rates. But the crystal, I feel like, is much better than last year's crystal, where everything in this feels usable to me, while the last years had a lot of junk, like Tier 5 and Tier 3 Alpha. I just did not need 6-star shards. I feel like I did not need 7-star shards. Were really helpful last year, but they were very small amounts. And same with Titan last year too. And then Tier 3 Alpha, no, what was the big one? Maybe the Tier 3 Alpha and the Tier 6 Basic also was pretty slow coming in, so... Okay, now here comes the super, super, super big one, and that's the rank rewards. So first, the Alliance rank rewards, pretty crazy with the Scarlet Witch, Kang, and Titan, and 2 to 3 gem, and 31,500. Again, I'm guessing, is that half of 63,000? Yes, so I think my prediction is right on that. 63,000 is the amount of basic shards you need to form one. So again, that's half of one and you need 3. So before you get too excited, and everything else. Next is 6-star relic. Fine. I have all the relics. So, but again, I think that could be helpful. So that's number 1 Alliance. I mean, good. I would say the best thing about this are, like, a lot of us have 7-star Scarlet Witch Classic from War. I have her, but she's not dupe. So it'd be great to get the dupe. The rank up gems, fine. The 7-star Hero Crystal next is fine. The really big thing in here is the basic, but these are okay. And plenty of 7-star heroes. Was that you can open up 4 of them, if my calculations are right. 2, pretty similar. Just a little less Tier 7. 3, again, another step down with Tier 7. 4 to 6, you're still getting Tier 7. And then if you're in the top 10, you will get 10% of a Tier 7 Basic and Scarlet Witch, and then everything else scaled down. But that is the end of the Tier 7 Basic. And so I feel like a really big change before. I can't remember. I feel like top 10, I feel like it was more scaled, like up to 100, and you get interesting things. So yeah, I mean, again, the Alliance ones probably aren't that great except for the Tier 7 Basic. But to get the top spot, gain half of one, that's a lot of resources to get a half of one. And so, but here comes the most extraordinary ones, as they are every year, and that is Oh, sorry, forgot about the realm event. The realm event I just sort of looked at. I just have no idea the scaling on this. So I like the way the first ones are 50 and 100. And then after that, it jumps up pretty big to 240 million. So I assume we'll make the first two pretty easy. And then you also have to have individual milestones as well to get these things. But yeah, the 7-star glorious signature stones, 15 of them. Sort of an odd number, 15. I think it'd be either like 10 or 20. Oh, I guess you get another 15 later. Yeah, oh, okay, you get 15 many times. So, yeah, just not sure, again, like, where we will end up with these. And so, yeah, 7-star Titan shards. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in here. Usually I feel like, oh, we get the 7-star Isophene. Ah, is that on top of something else? At 4.2 million. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea the scaling of this event and how close we'll get to it. I assume the Isophene, like, generally I feel like Kabam has given us a good target to get to whatever, like, sort of the top reward is. Like the Titan shards after that, I feel like are just in case. So there's something else. But so I think Kabam is pretty confident we'll go get to 4.2 million, which, if it's true, means you have to spend 24,000. And so let's do a quick mathematical breakdown. So 24,000 divided by 400. So you're opening 60 crystals to get to that, and then times 300. So again, 18,000. So if you have saved your 20K, which I anticipate, again, players who are really targeting this event have done it, you should be able to get the 7-star Isophene if we all make the milestones to get there. And yes, and so a lot of what do you call it? A lot of circumstance and conditions, but we should get it. And of course, the super big ones are the ranked rewards. The 7-star voucher is crazy. It is bundles will be available. Trade in for a new 7-star release in 2025. Crazy. So I think you get whatever 7-star you want in 2025. That sounds pretty crazy. Assuming, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really nice. And something we've never sort of had, like that future looking, I guess we have. I guess the early release are sort of future looking, and maybe that's the way it works, but yeah. So very interesting. And the 7-star limited edition selector, I guess I'd wonder about this. 7-star loyalty, interesting. Gifted Guardians and Reunion. Okay. So very nice. You get to select one. Like I know in loyalty, I have missed Howard the Duck, and so I might try to get him. So those are amazing. So the big one, number one. And so number one, of course, Bastion title, the voucher. But the craziest thing is that you get 2 7-stars to rank 4. I mean, that is wild. Absolutely wild. And everything else in here, I mean, yeah, is good, but probably not even really that needed. But that is the big thing. It's basically 2 rank 3 to 4s. Like, of course, you probably opened 500 Titans by now, and you've had probably enough SIGs that everyone's 200 now. And yes, I mean, rank 2 to 3, everyone's probably rank 3. It's 7-star Awakening Gem, everything's awakened. So really, this is about the rank 3 to 4. Second in the world, you get a generic and you get a class 1 3 to 4. Third in the world, pretty similar. Oh, you also get the Vision. So I forgot in the top one too, you also get Vision and Jessica Jones without having, again, you probably pulled them like 4 or 5 times by now, but you definitely get them. This is where it gets really, really interesting to me. So, okay, the 1, 2, and 3, crazy. Basically, you're getting 2 rank 4s. It's just a difference between whether you get the generic or you have the class. And then after this 4 through 30, you're still getting a rank 3 to 4 gem, which is pretty impressive. And then 31 to 60, still getting a rank 3 to 4. And then 61 to 90, still getting a rank 3 to 4 gem. And so again, a random class, but this is a big difference than last year. So last year, I felt like there's only a few people who got to rank 3 a champion, and maybe we'd had one by now, but I think only like the top, maybe like top was it top 30? I think it was top 30 who got a rank up. I think maybe the top 10 got a rank up. And then the top 30, I'd have to look back, got a 2 to 3. But I think we'd already had rank 3s too at this point. Maybe we'd had one, or we're about to have them. And we're about to have rank 4s, but I feel like this is a little bit ahead of the curve. And I also think that to open it up all the way to 90th place is a big change from the past, where it was much more limited as far as like the mega top reward. And then there's no doubt the mega top reward in this event is rank 4s, is being into rank 4 champions. And so, yeah, this definitely opens up a lot more. Like last year, as I said, I was like 316th. And yeah, I mean, I felt like, of course, I opened up a fair amount, but compared to previous years, I didn't feel I went nearly as big. This year I might try to be top 90 and see if I can get that rank 3 to 4 gem. That would be pretty nice. And the rank 90, I feel like, is a little less crazy. Like rank 1 or 2, I mean, it's crazy banana times, and I'm sure everyone would think that top 90 with the amount you'd have to spend is crazy banana times too, but it seems more in line with what I'm willing to spend to try to get it. And so yeah, that's the big thing right there, is to try to get it. I mean, even if you get 91 to 120, of course you can get the Vision thing or Kang, which is nice. You get one tier 7 basic, so I'm going to get one when I finish my quest in what do you call it? The Karina's Challenge. Then probably enough openings. If you're in this layer, you probably have gotten another one, whether it's from the Alliance rewards or just opening up banquet ones. So you probably can get your first rank 4 after this event. I would imagine the top players will probably be going on their second or third. And I can't remember if Karina's Challenge, does the top rewards give you a rank 4 too? I don't think they do, but let me just check real quick and see. So Karina's Challenge is, let's see. No, we get the one there, but this is just the 7-star Maestro. And yes, that's it. So yeah, I mean, really the only way you're going to get a rank 4, I think, is from this event. And so, oops, wrong button. I was watching KT1 videos, apparently. I was actually curious if he had made a video on this. I think that's why I was searching him. And so anyway, yeah. So I feel like if you can place in, obviously 61 and 90, we'll be able to get one. You're getting a tier 7 basic from this? No. So you're getting one here, which probably will be enough, I think, to get you a rank 4, and tier 7 basic after that. Yeah, you get half of one, 121 to 300 is almost where I placed last year. This is where I would have placed, and I would have gotten, 25,200, some percentage. And so yeah, after this event, the top player the top player is going to have 2 generics, probably at least another one from materials, both the one you got in the Karina's Challenge and this pulling enough one. So I could see the top player in the game having 4 rank 4s. I would say a player like myself will probably have at least 1, maybe 2. It just depends. If I can be top 90 and I get the gem, plus I get enough from the other events and milestones and crystals, I probably will have 2. And yeah, started the rank 4 era is upon us. It's going to be interesting, the rank 4 era. Of course, it's time. I mean, like, the rank 3s are now so plentiful. It's time to break them open. And I feel like Kabam's strategy now is every year have a new rank. So this year it's the rank 4. Next year it'll be the rank 5. And if you can tie these rank ups with this banquet event, I mean, that's how you make your money. And so I feel like strategically it's a smart decision, which means if you think about it, so rank 4 this year, and then 2026 we have rank 5s. Probably when we have rank 5s, you want to start making the next rarity level. So I would predict we have 8 stars starting in 2026, February 2026 we have. So I would say a little over a year away, because you can't wait until right at the last minute to get the new star level out there. And so I feel like 2 levels away has sort of been when they've been announcing the next or starting the next rarity. So yeah, that's my prediction. And so very interesting to see the way the game is changing. It is interesting to see that this banquet event is sort of like driving the new rank ups too. I feel like, I don't know what I feel like. I feel like rank 3s went from sort of scarce, like where I had like 15 of them, to all of a sudden like I had 50 of them, like, in a 2 or 3 month cycle. Like, and so maybe a little quick, but again, like strategically for value wise for Kabam, it probably makes sense to rank a year, because if you can tie it to this event, then yeah, it's definitely a very tempting offer. So that's my thought. I would say overall, I feel like this is better value than last year. I feel like, good milestones for players in alliances and solo. And yeah, is it too much? I mean, that's my final thought. Like every year we think to ourselves, is this event the one that ruins the game because it really creates this division? I'd say the game has survived okay with this event. The thing about this event, I feel like, yes, maybe very few amount of players take a big jump. But even if, let's say I was number 1 and my roster now had 2 rank 4s on it compared to everyone else. I don't know if that puts me that far ahead of everyone. Like I think about like when I play in Battlegrounds now. I mean, when I play in Battlegrounds now, I certainly face mostly rank 3s. I mean, so what are my rank 3s right now? My rank 3s are 50, exactly 50. So like I don't even have a whole deck of rank 3s because I was running Penny Park as a defender and Kate Bishop. And so with that, it's still pretty even, I would say. Like if you have 20 rank 3s, you're still going to be able to make a Battleground deck just as meaningful as mine. Same for my Alliance War defense. I mean, everyone more or less at the level of our war has rank 3 defenders. And so yeah, I don't think it skews it too much. And the top players, I mean, like the amount you have to spend to be number 1 is like a lot. So that, again, is very small amount of people who get this. I don't think it ruins the game scale too much. And of course, I mean, for Kabam, it does generate a lot of money. And if this game continues to be profitable, we're going to have it for a long time, which is great because like many of you, I really enjoy playing it. So those are my thoughts on the banquet crystals, on the whole, the whole event, the banquet event. And yeah, I'm curious what you think about it. And so yeah, of course, as always, leave a comment, let me know. And yes, be here on 20 December. I'm sure I'm going to do at least 100 on the first day, and then we'll see where we go from there. So hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I'll see you again soon in another one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.